continue the same chapter, acid, bases and salt, with the next lecture. Since till the last lecture we had discussed about the importance of pH and a basic idea about the salts. We had discussed that salt is formed by the neutralization reaction of the acids and bases. Secondly, we discussed the types of salts, that is acidic, basic and neutral salt. Based on the types of salt, we had discussed the pH also, that is, it is not necessary that pH of salt is always 7. It might be possible that it may be less than 7 or more than 7. If the salt is acidic salt, the pH is less than 7, and if it is basic salt, the pH is more than 7. Now, let's have a look on the next topic of salt, that is family of salts. How can we decide the family of the salts? Now think about your name. Now, if my name is Aparna Rai, so my surname is what? Rai. So I belong to Rai family. Similarly, for the salts also, we decide the family on the basis of the cation and anion which is common. So, if we take sodium salts, if we classify some salts as sodium salts, the name of these salts are sodium salts. So why we are called it as sodium? Because here I have given several examples. NaCl, sodium chloride. NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. NaNO3, sodium nitrate. So what is common in all these examples? NaCl, NaHCO3, Na2CO3, NaNO3. What is common in all these? The common thing is Na, that is sodium. So, we decide the family of a salt on the basis of the common ion present in that salt. If the common ion is cation, then on the basis of that cation, we prefer the name of that family. And if the common thing is anion, then we prefer or we make those salts in a common category, that is in the name of the anion. As for example, here we have taken chloride salts. So see the example. NaCl, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, calcium chloride, iron chloride, magnesium chloride. So what is common in all these salts? The common thing is chlorine, chloride ion. So on the basis of chloride anion, we named this family as chloride salts. Similarly, we are having carbonates, we are having potassium salts, and we are having sulfate salts. So, if anyone asks, how can you decide the name of the family of a salt? You can say, on the basis of common ion present in different salts, we can decide its family. Now, after this, we are having some general properties of the salts, or we can say the thing which we have to study actually in our syllabus. So, obviously, the very first property is it is formed by neutralization reaction. Its pH depends on its type. Okay. Now, from the previous lecture, we can correlate this topic, because in the previous lecture, we had discussed that how salts are formed. I had given several examples also, and I had given the different types of salt along with the pH. So that is actually when we accumulate all those information from the previous lecture, we are able to write the properties of the salt. Now, the basic topic or the thing which we have to read according to our NCERT syllabus is the one salt, that is sodium chloride. The salt sodium chloride. So since from the childhood you are listening about this salt, when someone is talking about salt, only this term came in our mind. Because this is a edible salt. The salt which we eat is actually the sodium chloride. So, the first thing which we have to read about the sodium chloride is, it is a rock salt. First thing is, it is a rock salt. Secondly, we can write It is found by the evaporation of sea water. In the history, you have learned about the Dandi March. That instant is also given in your NCERT book. Dandi March is what? Mahatma Gandhi made the salt first time by his own, and that is actually the Dandi March. And the I'm just giving you the brief concept. The detail you already know in your history. So, how we make the sodium chloride salt? It is actually formed by the evaporation of seawater. You all know seawater is salty in taste. So, when we evaporate that water, all the water content evaporates and the salts remain in that, and we get the salt. So, it is found by the evaporation of seawater. Next thing is, it is formed by the neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction between HCl and NaOH. This is also a very familiar reaction for you. HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, when react with sodium hydroxide, then it will give NaCl plus H2O. This NaCl is the common salt. Next property we can talk about, it is edible salt. So it is one of the use of common salt also. It is a edible salt which we use in our diet. So these are the basic property of the sodium chloride, that is rock salt. It is found by the evaporation of seawater. It is formed by the neutralization reaction of HCl and NaOH, and it is a edible salt. Now, the main thing which we have to focus regarding the sodium chloride is, it is used as a raw material for the formation of caustic soda, that is NaOH, baking soda having the formula NaHCO3, washing soda, formula is Na2CO3.10H2O, bleaching powder, CaOCl2, etc. So this is the raw material for the caustic soda, baking soda, washing soda and bleaching powder. Now, if we have gone through your NCERT book, these all are given as a separate topic, and basically we are reading the NaCl because we want to know that how these things can be prepared with the help of NaCl. So our main task or our focusing point is not these properties. Actually, we have to focus on only the last property, that is how sodium chloride is used as a raw material for the manufacturing of caustic soda, baking soda, washing soda and bleaching powder. So let's have a look on the first thing, that is the caustic soda. So let's have a look on how we can prepare caustic soda with the help of NaCl. Again, I am focusing, you have to remember, or you have to focus on the topic that how we can prepare these upcoming salts which I am going to give you on the basis of common salt, that is NaCl. So what is this caustic soda? Caustic soda is actually sodium hydroxide having the formula NaOH. So caustic soda is the common name. This is the chemical name and chemical formula of this caustic soda, that is NaOH. Now, the first thing which you have to know is how we can prepare it. So, we write here preparation. How we can prepare caustic soda. So, preparation is by the electrolysis of brine. Now the thing which you have to do, remember that what is brine? This is a very new term for you. What is brine? So brine is actually concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is NaCl. This can come in your exam in 1 mark question, that what is brine. So brine is actually concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So by the electrolysis of this sodium chloride, this aqueous solution of sodium chloride, we can get caustic soda. So we can write here NaCl aqueous plus H2O liquid. If we react this substance, we'll get NaOH plus H2 plus Cl2. So this is the caustic soda which is formed. So the preparation method of caustic soda is what? By the electrolysis of brine, we can prepare caustic soda. Now, electrolysis is what? Breaking of something in the presence of electricity. So when this brine undergo electrolysis, obviously we'll have the electrodes. So NaOH is formed in the mixture and H2 is formed at the cathode and Cl2 is formed at anode. This process, the process of formation of caustic soda by the brine, is also called as chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process. Now what is this chlor-alkali process? Since NaOH is one of the example of alkali, that is the soluble base, and chlorine. So since chlorine and alkali is released in this process, that's why this process is also called as chlor-alkali process. So 2 important questions can come from this section. First is what is brine. Second is what is chlor-alkali process. So if chlor-alkali process is asked in your exam, you have to write this reaction, and if brine is asked, then you have to write this definition, that concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So this is the preparation method. Now when we are talking about the properties, what are the properties of sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda? So all of you know, in the chemical reactions of bases, you have read about 2 or 3 reactions. So all those reactions are shown by this caustic soda, because you have already know that caustic soda is the best base which you know. So all the property of bases, that can be the property of the NaOH. So what we can write? Very first we can write as it is an alkali having pH 14. So it is a best quality of base. Next property we can write, it turns red litmus blue. That is also one of the property of the base. It reacts with HCl to give NaCl. So these are certain properties of the NaOH, which is the property of common base. All of you know. One more you can write, it reacts with non-metallic oxide to give salt and hydrogen gas. So these are the properties of caustic soda. Now when we are talking about the uses, what can be the uses of NaOH? So very first use is, since it is a base, so it is used for the neutralization reaction. When react with the acid, used for neutralization reaction. One more you can write. Used in the preparation of or in the manufacture of paper, textiles, etc. So this is all about the caustic soda. First is the preparation method. Caustic soda is having the formula NaOH and it is prepared by the electrolysis of concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride. With this reaction, it is also called as chloralkali process because chlorine and alkali is formed in this process. When we are talking about the properties, you can write all the properties, that is the property of bases. Here I have written some of the points. Then for the uses, very first use is it reacts with acid to give the salt. That is, it is a basic part of the neutralization reaction and it is used in various industries like textile industries, paper industry as a raw material. So that's it for today. Now from the next class, we'll discuss about the next type of salt which we can prepare from sodium chloride, that is washing soda and baking soda. Thank you.